Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, as happy as a Wednesday can be. I know it's midweek and we're in the middle of, a pandemic in Canada, but I thought, we'd have I shoot a video with some crazy thoughts with Pastor Alvin, kind of a say what kind of moment. And as I was thinking about, the season we're in with the coronavirus and just some of the anxiety and fears that people are facing, and, it can give into depression and despair, there's actually something that we can do to fight off depression and despair, and that is, get this, gratitude, thankfulness. And the Apostle Paul actually writes this to the Thessalonians in 1 Thessalonians 5:18. He says, give thanks in all circumstances. Say what? In all circumstances? That's right. Give thanks in all circumstances. Surely, Paul, you don't mean give thanks during the coronavirus. Give thanks when there's a crisis on our hands. But that's precisely what he was saying when he said, give thanks in all circumstances. The Apostle Paul wasn't a guy that, lived in a monastery detached from the real world somewhere. He faced real suffering and difficulty. Get this. The Apostle Paul was imprisoned many times. He was beaten. He was whipped with 40 lashes minus one. He was bitten by a snake. He was shipwrecked. Did I say that? Oh, and he was also stoned. But it was no cannabis stoning. I mean, this was a real, rocks being thrown, stoned, dragged out of the city. He was dead. And this guy said, give thanks in all circumstances. And in case he was just a little bit too crazy for you, and maybe he just had a bad day and he wrote that stuff down, he said the exact same things to the Philippians. He said, rejoice in the Lord always. I'll say it again, rejoice. And so I want to encourage you. Maybe you're fighting some feelings of kind of despair or depression or anxiety. Why don't you do some battle? Because Jesus has already won the battle, and we have so much to be thankful for. And maybe today, think of 5 things, or this week, 5 things that you want to give thanks for. And if you want to be really crazy, like the Apostle Paul kind of crazy, think of 10 things. And I've already thought of the first one for you. There's a pause button or a mute button on this video. Anyways, have fun, and we'll see you next time.